Rasmus Hojlund is building himself an excellent reputation after his start at Manchester United, and teams are now actively looking to figure out ways to stop him. San Marino decided to just knee him in the back after targeting him during the game. He heard what they were saying. They were targeting him. And that sort of dangerous play, I think, is something that we need to talk about. It's been a really impressive start from Rasmus Hojlund in a Manchester United shirt. There's not been that many positives to focus on this season, but the signing of Hojlund, which so many were sceptical about, he's really showing his potential. And the goal that he scored against San Marino last night, yes, it's against San Marino. We know that as part-timers. But it was an instinctive finish, man. Ball came over his shoulder, on his left, took one glance at the goalkeeper, put his foot through it, roof of the net. But for Manchester United, he's been equally as impressive. Not only those two goals that he scored against Galatasaray, especially that second one, in fact, both are great. But in every game, he's got a presence about himself. And that presence, well, it got him a just straight up knee in the back from San Marino. They weren't even trying to win the ball here. Look, you can see how the player, let me go full screen on this one, you can see that. You can see how the player, I think it was Di Maio, goes in for the ball here behind him. No intention to play the ball. That right there is absolutely zero intention to play the ball. Knee up, middle of the back. They were targeting what they know is a weakness of Hojlund because he has had back concerns. And that's why they did that. It was dangerous. And it's very dangerous refereeing not to send that player off. And Hojlund, I think he's gonna get a lot of that. Speaking after the game, he said this. He goes, I feel they targeted me, as you can see in the end. I understand Italian. And I could hear them saying that they had the idea to crush me. You can see from the images, he only had one thing in mind. Now, speaking after the game as well, this is what Denmark's captain said. I said in the end, it is a clear red card against Hojlund because it's 100% deliberate. And I think there has been a situation with Neymar, exactly the same situation, gets a knee in the spine where he actually breaks his back. It's dangerous. And they are right next to it. After all, I told him, the referee, right on the pitch, that now they're going to go after his knees after the situation down there. And it's exactly what they did. San Marino were just straight up just trying to hurt Rasmus Hojlund. And that's what happens when you're a player who has that quality that a team can't answer. And it's dangerous, man. It really, really is. Speaking after the game, this is what Hojlund said about the injury. So I don't know how my back is. You know how it is with adrenaline. Right now it feels good, but I don't know how I will feel. People know that I've had back problems in the past. So it's a frustrating situation. And this is what he said on Instagram as well. Hojlund, good sportsmanship. I think there's a little bit of sarcasm in there. He says, we do so much every day to be the best version of yourself and keep fit for so many games. And this behavior from San Marino, trying to injure me, was unacceptable. And I think it is unacceptable. And I think something should be done about it. I don't think anything will be done about that. But when it comes to Rasmus Hojlund at Manchester United, there's something I want to speak about here. That was the sort of thing that Diego Simeone would do at Atletico Madrid. It was dirty. There was no place in football for that. Yeah, sometimes you go in heavy in a tackle. You're committed to a 50-50. Cool, part of the game. That's not part of the game. That's just straight up WWE style. And with Hojlund, right, so he came to Manchester United, we know full well, with back concerns. It was those back concerns that kept him out until the game against Arsenal. It's where he came off the bench to make his debut and then made his full debut against Brighton. But he had back problems. Before he came to Manchester United, leading up to him making his debut, and Manchester United and Erik ten Hag, we were not going to rush Hojlund. I think he's been managed pretty well in terms of his breakthrough rather than being brought in. And he's made such a positive impact. But I look at Rasmus Hojlund. This is a photo of him after the Burnley game. You know, when I think footballers use that cupping therapy as part of recovery. He's got some tape there, a bit of protection, a bit of strengthening. And San Marino knew that. And San Marino, through the frustration of it all, just decided to go out and try and injure him. Now, disclaimer before I make this point. All right? I'm not saying that Rasmus Hojlund is Cristiano Ronaldo. But I do remember Cristiano Ronaldo, when he broke through as that teenager, that no defence could stop. And what did they do? They just lumped him. That happened to Ronaldo for I think it was a good 3, I would say 2-3 seasons, really badly. before he really started to sort of, well, he just became too good for them and they couldn't even take him down. But Hojlund, I think, is somebody who's going to have to be protected by Manchester United and by Erik ten Hag. Because in the short time as a Manchester United player so far, he's already building a bit of a reputation. Somebody who's not going to be bullied by defenders. Somebody who has a massive physical presence. Somebody who really can play with his back to goal and is a massive asset. So I want to see Erik ten Hag stepping out to try and protect him, defend him. Now that's where it's going to come towards the old, mate, Fergie was the best at it, man. As I said, the example that jumped to my head straight away was Cristiano Ronaldo and how Fergie really spoke out to protect and help him. And I don't know. You just get this sneaky feeling. Of course, it's only the start of Hojlund's United career. But just the presence he's building at this moment in time. And the fact that San Marino just go, you know what? Sod this. Let's just take him down. There's going to be other clubs that do that. I want to make sure that Erik ten Hag steps in to protect him, because Hojlund has proven himself to be the sort of signing that this team needs. It's not just his the fact that he's young. It's the youth, it's the energy, it's the power, it's the confidence, it's the potential, and it's the fact that he's dealt with being a United player at this, and even especially at this point, right? Our club right now is an absolute shitstorm, on and off the pitch. It's just a maelstrom of madness in every single direction, which makes it all the more impressive, kind of how consistent he's been. He's growing a presence in this team, and he's already growing a massive presence with the Denmark team too. So much so that San Marino are just going to go, you know what? Sod that. Let's just knee him in the back. That's the easiest way to take him down. That finish, clearly, that pissed him off. It really was a fantastic finish. But yeah, I just wanted to do this because I thought that was a properly insane tackle. Like, not even a sniff of trying to get the ball. Just out to injure Hojlund. And these players are playing 50, 60, 70 games a season. They're going to have to be protected. And I think that comes from the referees. I think that comes from teammates. And I also think it's going to come from Erik ten Hag. So I hope that I'm wrong. I hope we don't see lots more of this. I hope that the Premier League now doesn't look at Hojlund and just try and take him down as a way to stop him. And Hojlund's going to have to make sure he can develop in and around that environment as well. So there's a lot of facets to it. But I want to see more protection. You can let me know what you think in the comments below and what you think about that, man. Because that tackle there is just, it's not a tackle really. It's just a two fingers up to somebody who scored an absolutely cracking goal against you. And you're like, what else can I do? You know what? Let's just target where he's had injuries. That'll make us feel better.